I am here with one of my favorite people. Always an honor when I get to sit down with this man, the one and only Mark Harmon. How are you doing?
I'm good, Kevin. I feel the same way about you. Every time I see you, I think about the beginning of you and me together, and I think, glad to see my friend.
Yeah, it is great to see you. I want to ask you about the crossover episode, but more importantly, you coming back. And what is it that brings you back to this franchise?
First, you got to be asked, right?
This is your franchise, Mark. Stop.
No, you got to be asked, Kevin. People want you for something, they ask, right? And David and Gina came with this idea, and I hadn't really thought about it. It was an interesting idea. He's not alone, which surprised me. And at the same time, maybe it didn't surprise me because of who David is and who Gina is. It just hit me like it's the right time to check in with him, maybe. And so I said, yes. I'm here to help this franchise and this show and these individual actors who are all great, and I love all of them, and help cast them and be part of that. And so I'm happy to be here.
3 decades. It's a hell of a long time. That's how long I put in on the job.
Always there is something fascinating when Gibbs speaks. He says something to you. And this time, I love what he said, that you may change on the outside, but on the inside.
But inside, you still feel all the same things.
Did you come up with that? What did you think about that?
Yeah,
Because I know you embody him.
You know, it always struck me as funny as a guy who doesn't talk much or very much on camera or whatever. That's what they created in this character for 20 years. And now I'm doing the voiceover for this show, and he never shuts up. He's talking all the time with the voiceover.
Right, all the time.
So now to come back and to actually physically be in front of the camera, which we did, I was really interested in what Gina and David were talking about, because there had to be a reason. There had to be a reason.
Mark returns to the NCIS universe for a special crossover episode of NCIS Origins Tuesday on CBS in honor of Veterans Day. It comes just over 4 years after he left the original show.
As you watch this show and you watch the franchise grow, and we see now we have Sydney and all these other things, what goes through your mind as you watch the new entities?
I just remember, and you remember what it was in the beginning, and just so tough at every corner. The fact that this show 20 years later is still on the air and doing as well as it's doing, and also breeding all these kickoffs behind it. I don't know that you enter into network television thinking about any of that, and I didn't. When you do a pilot, for example, and someone says, do you like this material? I mean, what are you thinking? Like when I read the script to St. Elsewhere, for example, or Chicago Hope, what was I thinking? 2 years? 3 years? Maybe? Boy, that'd be great. Know where a paycheck was coming from, or life as an actor. You never think of 20.
There is this desire to have you back. People want you back. How do you balance that?
I think they got to write letters. I don't know.
Do you remember your first credit ever?
Yeah.
What was it? I want to hear.
Well, I did commercials.
Yeah.
Okay. I did a family product named Heat commercial with my dad, who was the spokesman for a certain brand of Kellogg's cereal.
I'm Tom Harmon, giving my son a workout.
I had our family in the backyard eating breakfast.
One of my favorite commercials.
Never
where
happened.
They show that
Never
great
happened.
run.
Okay.
No, come on.
Well, no, our family never ate breakfast in the backyard, playing basketball, whatever. Listen, everybody starts somewhere, and I was fortunate to share a toe mark with my dad on that one, which is he was a pro's pro, so learning from him helped. Ozzie Nelson gave me my first opportunity as an actor, and it's connected because my sister Chris was married to Rick, his son, but I knew Ozzie because I was a lifeguard, and he lived on that stretch of beach, and he would swim on the beach every afternoon, late in the afternoon, way out. And he'd swim a long distance and come way back. And people were always afraid he looked like he was drowning, all right? But he was a great athlete and really smart. And he wasn't drowning. He was in fine shape. He didn't need any help. And that's how I ended up on Ozzy's show.
Ozzy's Girls.
Hi, is this Susie Campaign headquarters?
Yeah, come on in.
At the time, Mark was a student at UCLA and, of course, the football team's quarterback.
Being the quarterback at UCLA, you're this
It
guy.
sure meant you had to find time to study.
Right, right?
Well, yeah, because, I mean, you tried to take a lighter load during football season, but you know, you're traveling to go play somebody on a Thursday. It's a four-day work, school week, and it's a tough balance.
Your dad, I mean, considered, as time goes on, people forget, but he was considered the greatest college football player ever.
My dad had that Heisman Trophy on his desk. He has a two-tiered desk, always was in the corner of his little office at this house. And it was always there. It was always part of my life. And someone said, what were you impressed by? Would that impress you? I said, no. What impressed me was the weight of it. Weight of it. I mean, you try. My dad used to tell a story about when he got the award, his mother was up there with him, and he turned at one point and handed it to her during the award and about put her through the floor. I always had great respect for him and certainly great respect for that award, but he spent no time talking about it.
And we are at war. Until I relieve you, which may be any moment now, you will fight that war 24/7. That includes sleeping, eating, taking a crap. You got it?
If you weren't an actor, what would you be doing today?
I'd be doing something outside, for sure.
You wouldn't be coaching?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I coached a little bit and helped a little bit, and I enjoy that. I enjoy the teaching part of that and the growth part of that. But the outside part is something that has always appealed to me. And I don't know how long ago we met each other, but I'm pretty sure I had stopped selling shoes by the time we met. But I can't do that again.
What is your day like now? What's Mark Harmon's day like now? How are you?
It varies, it's busy, but I like being busy, and I could always be busier. This business also has for people who try so hard for so long to be busy, you just got to be careful what you ask for, right? And I've always thought that. I've always thought, you know what, appreciate it, right? And don't complain about it, because it's really easy to complain once you get a gig that's driving you like this business can drive you. But I always was an actor trying to work, so do you take a job thinking I'm going to be doing this for 20 years? No, you don't. But even if you did, the commitment to do it is a lot different than thinking about it, and it's not for everybody.
I want to ask you about reuniting with Jamie Lee Curtis to do Freakier Friday.
Car is all set up the coast, Route 1.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
Great. I mean, Jamie, I've known her for a very long time, and I'm a fan of hers individually, who she is, always have been. And then to get an opportunity to tow a Mark opposite her, whether it's on the Freaky Friday stuff or whether she comes to play on the show, which she did as well, that's a gift. And she's a dear friend and a terrific talent, and I've always been supportive of her, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Is there any other role or any other dream that you still have?
Put me on a horse.
You want to do a Western?
Well, I think that's the only way I'm going to get on a horse. When I was growing up, that's what was happening is Western.
I could see you in a Western. I think it would work.
Well, then I think you should get a horse and we go to work.
Come on, let's go. Let's do it.